What is it that cherishes you? What is it, oh my dear self, what is it that nourishes you? I'm not talking about pleasures, please understand. I'm saying talking to the self and finding from that dear friend of yours, what is it that nurtures you?
Pranam Gurudev.
Yes, Meera.
One of the sadhaks has sent a message and a question for you. The message is, I love listening to you and would soon like to visit and meet you. And then comes the question. So the sadhak is asking, the roller coasters are many in a day. When I go high and low, I observe both, but keep trying to figure out how to be in a state of at least some balance of not being low. I struggle and still remain in darkness for days and nights. I've been told that I have depression, which I never had before. I'm not sure where I lost the me, the person I used to be. Is this normal?
Yes, it is normal. Feeling low is normal. I don't know who told us that 24/7 we must live in an absolutely high state. I don't know how did we get this. Because life is made up of two polarities of day and night. I don't know how we got this wrong idea that it should be daylight all the time. Impossible. Rashmi, it doesn't work like that. Life has all the shades. So it is absolutely normal, number one. Yeah, first thing. Number two, at a certain stage in life, Rashmi, this comes and hits everybody. This dilemma hits everybody. This realization hits everybody that where did I lost the self that I knew I was? And where did I lost that? And how did I lose it? This is a great realization, Rashmi. It must come to everybody. Because if it does not come, we will always live in the darkness. And we will be vanchit from the daylight. That is also our adhikar, our birthright. Yeah, it hits everybody. I'm glad it had hit you. Because this realization then creates a beautiful path of self-discovery, self-knowing, self-establishment. So you're on the path, Rashmi. Welcome. So that's first thing, Rashmi. Number two, you said highs and lows. You know what is our problem here? If we are trying to chase the highs, we are inviting the lows. Please understand this. If you're trying to chase the happiness, you're inviting the sorrow because they're always together. They're joined together. You invite one into your house, into your life, the other follows as a shadow. That's the law. So our problem is we're trying to chase highs of life. But as the shadow of it, as law of nature, the lows of life also comes in. And the tendency of the mind is to get attached with the lows of life. Yeah, because that's how mind is. We get attached to the lows of life. We make remembrance of the lows of life. We start to dwell in the lows of life, and then we start to think my life is actually made up of lows only. No, it does not happen that way. It's the chasing that is creating the trouble. Chasing the highs. So what must we do? As I said little earlier, you don't have to chase anything. This realization is great enough. The realization of what? That where did I lost the self that I knew I was? That's the key thing. Highs and lows are the drama of life. Yeah, that's not the concern at all. The concern is, where did I lose the self? And how do I find it back? That's the key question. Now, what is the path towards going back and finding this self that you think you've lost? There must be a path. See, if you've lost something somewhere, there must be a path to reach that, right? What is the path here? You know what is the path? Very simple path it is. I call this the path of Maitri Yoga. Being in deep divine friendship with life. But that, how do I practically make sense of it? Friendship with life means what? So what are the practical nuances of it? First of all, it starts from you. Are you a friend of your own self? Have you ever talked to yourself like a great friend, like a beloved friend talking to another beloved friend? I'm not talking about mental chatter, please understand. I'm talking about a heartful conversation with this friend of yours. We've not done that, Rashmi, and that's the reason we don't know where did we lose the self and how do I gain back that self. Because we're just not friends with our own self. So, first thing, I call this Maitri Yoga. Implement this Maitri Yoga. Be in Maitri. Maitri in English means divine friendship. Respect yourself and have that divine friendship with you. Talk to yourself, not as mental chatter, at a heartful conversation. And what is a heartful conversation? Where you ask the self, what is it that cherishes you? What is it, oh my dear self, what is it that nourishes you? I'm not talking about pleasures, please understand. I'm saying talking to the self and finding from that dear friend of yours, what is it that nurtures you? So your friend will say, being in the company of like-minded people nurtures me. Brilliant, you've got one idea. Spending time with my own self in nature, having a cup of tea, looking at the clouds passing by, nurtures me. Brilliant. Second idea. Listening to my favorite music that I used to listen 20 years ago nourishes me. Third idea. This is all ideas of Maitri Yoga. Now you are starting to do Maitri, this divine friendship, with your favorite music that you used to listen to, that used to nurture you, with your favorite scenery that used to nurture you, looking at the endless sky that used to nurture you, praying to your Krishna when you were a child, going to that temple when you were a child with your grandparents, that nurtured you. Start to make Maitri with each of these processes. And then finally, Maitri with people. You see, people nurture each other. We are social beings. We were not created to live in silos, nuclear families, or alone in our small apartments. We were not made like that. Our DNA is not created like that. We are made, we are created to live in togetherness. In communities we thrive. In tribes we thrive. But we've cut ourselves out from people. Why we have cut ourselves out from people? Because we don't want to give our time and energy to anybody without any material gain. We don't want to spend time with our friends because there is no agenda. Because maybe they'll ask something from me. Maybe they'll utilize me, or whatever concepts that we've created in our mind. Maitri Yoga essentially means sacrificing something that is dear to you for your beloved friends. That's Maitri Yoga. Do you know that nurtures you? Do you know that's the food for your soul? We are nurturing our body by various kinds of food. We forgot what nurtures my inner soul. This Maitri nurtures my inner soul. This selfless giving to my friends nurtures my soul. That's the formula. Read any scriptures of the past and you will see this. How could Arjun take all the gyan of Bhagavad Gita from Shri Krishna? Because they were deep friends. In that deep friendship, the download of Bhagavad Gita's jnana happened to Arjuna. Krishna and Sudama, Hanuman and Rama. Hanuman is a great bhakt of Rama, but also the most dear friend to Rama. That's when Rama embraced Hanuman. That Hanuman, you are just not my devotee. You are my beloved friend. You reside in my heart. We forgot this whole formula of Maitri. And then we, of course, start to feel lonely in life. We start to become depressed in life. We start to then look for just one partner who can fulfill all my gaps of my life. That one partner could become my best friend, could become my mentor, could become my trainer, could become my, source of joyfulness, etc., etc. Does not work like that. We try to put all the burden on one person. We thrive in communities where we are able to form heartful connections. And remember, everybody is looking for this, not just you, Rashmi. But somebody have to take the first step. So you be that one. Take the first step. Go talk to people. Do you know in India there is a whole pratha, there is a whole tradition. We offer free food to people. Every temple, ashram, every place of worship. We have this tradition of doing seva and offering free food. Why do we do that? Because in the heart we feel we're all in the bhav of Maitri, we're all deep friends with each other. And if that is so, we want to serve the friend. We want to offer the food to our friend. We don't want money in return of that service or that food. It's an offering from us to the friend. Every month when people in India buy grains for their family, they always buy extra grain for the family. You know why? Because they know a lot of unknown friends will also visit their house in this month. And they have to have provisions for them. They're just not thinking about their own self. They're thinking about those friends also. Even unknown friends who will visit them this month. And they must feed them. That's the reason in India, if you know 30 years ago, this word depression did not exist. People were not depressed here. Even when we were under the British rule, which was a tyranny on us, people still found out time to sit under the tree in an evening, have their whatever chai or hookah, crack jokes and enjoy their life. Because they knew that nothing is permanent. This invasion and this British rule will also pass. They knew that. So throughout the day they would struggle, but evening they'll come back to their friends. The entire freedom movement was started by friends, not by families. Families supported. But one Subhash Chandra Bose collected all of his friends. And this became a movement of friends. Do you follow what I'm saying? Nobody was depressed. We didn't know this word called loneliness and depression. We need to start to learn and live like that, Rashmi, once again. That's the redemption. That's the solution to our current crisis. Yeah? And as I said earlier, I'm repeating that again. This is not an issue. What you're experiencing is not a problem and not a disease. It's a realization. It happens to everybody. I've shared with you the path to find and come back to your own self. And path is of Maitri Yoga. Friendship with this, friendship with that, friendship with that. Yeah? So be friends with the trees and animals and birds also. But before that, learn to be friends with your fellow species, human beings. I see these days people are friends with dogs more than humans. We are rejecting our own species and trying to adopt a new species to get some comfort. We're forgetting the formula. Connect with your own species. while you connect with all the species. But don't cut your own fellow human beings out of your life. Yeah? Meditate over this, Rashmi, and I'm sure this is going to help you. Dhanyavad. Thank you very much.